Yeah, what up, peoples? It's your boy Rob,
Ricardo.
and we're back at the Gentleman's Corner with another episode of Ask the Gents. Second episode. We posted another status asking for you guys to send us some questions, and we got five good ones today. So I don't know. You want to go first?
Take up y'all time this time, but we're gonna get it real,
Yeah, we're gonna try to
real
keep it under
good. You know what
22
I'm
minutes
saying?
because I know, yeah, a lot of people ain't got that. Once you see the time frame, you're like, you know what? I probably listen to like two questions. I'm not gonna finish this video, so we're gonna try to keep it, yeah, under time.
So, I gotta project my voice because y'all was trying to tease me, talking about how soft spoken I am. I probably still sound low right now. I'm trying to sound higher. I don't know if it's working, but y'all tell me.
And I'm a little stuffy, kind of
Right.
getting over sick. So if I sound different, it is what it is. Whatever.
So, the first question is it hard for a man who's been a dog in the past and have dog women to be loyal and faithful now? Of course it is. Everybody has to go through trials and tribulations. Everybody has to have that experience of, I guess, being a player or being a dog or being dog, however you want to name it. But everybody's been hurt. Everybody has hurt somebody. To me, I'm thinking, well, how can you know that you love if you haven't been hurt? You know, um, I've cheated. I can say I'm solid as hell right now. So when a woman comes to me, they're gonna be lucky, But I had to experience all that. I had experience being cheated on. I had experience being cheated, I mean cheating, and whatever so forth to become the man that I am now and have the standards I have and the morals that I have. So is it easy? Can a man change? Yes, they definitely can. It's just gonna really depend on that woman.
Right.
You know, they're gonna find that woman that they want to change for. Every man has a woman that they're gonna change for, hands down.
True
It don't
story.
matter if the dude was a player forever, a pimp forever. They gonna throw them cards away when that one woman that they want to give it all to comes into play. So to answer the question, yes. If you feel that that man is not doing that for you, then clearly you're not that woman.
And kind of just piggyback on it. It's just like if you think about, you call somebody a thief. You call them a thief as long as they're stealing. As soon as they stop stealing, you can't continue to call that person a thief. That was something they did. That's not who they are as a person. And oftentimes you'll make a mistake, and people want that to become like your permanent identity. Once a cheater, always a cheater. But if you're not doing it anymore, you can't continue to. And I think a lot of times the person who doesn't allow you to change or doesn't want to see you as the person change is because they wish you would have been that person when you were with them. So now that you're
Yes.
with the next person, they're like, okay, so now you do this, and now you do that, and now you do this. I wanted you to do all those things when you were with me, but they don't understand. Aside from a person, you can grow, you can mature, you can
Growth.
change, do some self reflection. So it's, yeah,
Growth and maturity.
basically,
It happens.
definitely. Anything on that one more?
Uh, that's about it. I know y'all gonna comment and say certain things about that,
Right,
but
right.
like I said, it's growth, maturity, finding yourself. For as a man, I'm gonna speak as a man, finding yourself as a man. Not playing the boy games no more. Learning to value a woman, learning to understand a woman, learning to appreciate the woman. You know, once you learn all those things right there, I'm telling you, you know, it's solid. There's a lot of solid dudes out there. Y'all keep saying it's not, but it really is. Y'all just gotta sit back and you might have to evaluate yourself.
True story.
Yeah.
You're the magnet. I'm gonna leave that alone. So my question is on co-parenting. I am so not ready to let any other woman help raise my daughter due to the way these women are carrying themselves these days. Sure, I should have some confidence in the baby daddy that he's on his game, as to discerning the spirit and all. However, we can be very manipulative and basically straight up liars and fronters. LOL. I have heard it all. Having friends that have dated men with daughters, from cutting hair to putting perms in hair without asking her. I don't want to go to jail behind a new love interest of my ex. That's deep.
Sheesh.
Um,
Good luck.
right. I feel you. I feel exactly where you're coming from because you know how it was when y'all was together. Y'all know how y'all like things to run, and you can't really dictate how someone else is going to be with your child. You have a certain way you like your child to be dealt with, so you don't want the next person to do stuff outside of what you like. So it really has to come down to, if you feel so strongly about that, talk to her. Let her know. Like, it ain't one of those things where you like, look, I'm her mama, woo, woo. Although you are, it's just one of those things where some things are just better to be spoken about, talk about. Let her know how you want the hair, how you want it, anything. And then at the same time, the father has to have a certain standard. Like me, I have a daughter. If my daughter's mom is with someone, I respect that household and I know her. I know she has a standard. But I don't expect the next man to be laying his hand on my child or doing certain things. You have an issue, you tell her mama. Because my daughter gonna come back and tell me, and me and you gonna have a problem. So I understand. It's certain boundaries when you coming in and you're playing a step parent. You may not have all the, well, like I said, every household is different. Because you have some households where you don't have no step. It's just like, if you're in that position, you're the parent. So I would really say it comes down to communication. Let it be known. Voice certain things. He don't know what you don't tell him, and she don't know what you don't tell her. So you can keep everything bottled in, and it's just like, okay, I assumed, I made the assumption, I didn't know, you never said anything, but it's best to just put it out there before it becomes a problem, before it happens. Like, let it be known. Like, I don't want you putting no chemicals, no perms, no this, no that. If you got a certain way she likes to dress, it really just comes down to communication. Anything you want to elaborate on that?
Yes. Yes, my friend. Well, communication. And really, we speaking on daughters, you can have your daughter already, her hair already combed in a certain style before they even go. You can cut that out right there. If you want a certain way, because most of the time, I'm sure the child is going back and forth. So, um, just have your daughter ready, have her hair did, have her outfits the way you want. But at the same time, communication is key. And if the other parent, is a good parent or not. They're not going to put their kid in harm's way. So you trust in the situation. Um, when it comes to like spanking and stuff like that, I'm kind of iffy about it. It depends on how long the person has been there. Say if somebody been in a relationship for 10 years, y'all have a good, you know, uh, friendship amongst everybody. Of course, you want to let the other parent know. But like if they did something wrong, then if you pop them or discipline them, I mean, if they live in your house, then they got to have some type of right. Like, 'cause I wouldn't want to be with somebody for 10 years or whatever and have to tell the dad every single time. But after 10 years, me and him should be cool. We're going to have a cool relationship because, we're mature adults. And of course, like if I discipline her, I wouldn't do it over the top. I might ground a child or something like that or a pop, but I will definitely still let them know. But to go, because what if the mom's busy or the dad's busy or working out of town? I got so many different situations when it comes to co-parenting that it all comes down to communication and maturity. If you ain't got no maturity, if there's no maturity in it, mm, kiss goodbye. It's gonna be all fights and all types of stuff.
Right. And a lot of it comes down to the respect level. Like,
Yes.
I respect my daughter's mom, so there's a certain type of female I'm not gonna have around my daughter. Same time, I respect my daughter. My philosophy on dating is if I wouldn't want my daughter to be like you, I wouldn't date you. Because I know if you're in a relationship with me, whatever you bring, all that's gonna be exposed to her. So my daughter's mom knows me, and she know me. She know what type of dude not to have around my daughter, and I know what type of female not to have around my daughter. So it comes down to just but that's us. Everybody else is different. Y'all could have a falling out. Y'all might not get along. Y'all might not be cool. He might be doing stuff to get back at you. You might be doing like it's different variables. That's just our situation. But yeah, communication is definitely key. We don't know what you don't say. Let it be known, let her know, let him know, or however the situation is, and that can alleviate a lot of problems.
Amen.
Next one on you.
Next one's on me. Before I read this question, just want to put a little funny thing in there for y'all. So this question is it's a good question, and I'm gonna answer it to the best of my abilities. But it's funny. Listen. Hey, okay. That was funny. So my next question is why are heavyset women, big girls, often categorized as just friends or homegirls, and are men intimidated or less attracted to big women? So I personally don't think that men are less attracted to big women. I think they are trying to stick with the social the social norm. Like, oh, she gotta have a bad body or she gotta, be a model or something like that. And half of them probably don't even look like a model. I say for all big women, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. And, it's a lot of big women out there that wear their weight well, you know, pretty all over, nice attitudes, just great people. So, I mean, first thing I would tell you from my point of view is, is look at yourself and always have confidence. Be confident in who you are, you know, be proud of who you are, be proud of your weight, whether you want it or you don't want it. If you want to lose it, then work out. But if you're comfortable in your own skin, stay comfortable because there's somebody out there for everybody. You know, some men, like I said, they might want a heavier set woman, love the attitude, but they might not feel that they want to be around with them because somebody might it's always influence. Like one of the homeboys might tease them or something like that. But if they was a grown man, they wouldn't care about what anybody thinks. Exactly. They're gonna like what they like, and if you treat them right, they treat you right, and you know so forth. But there's definitely nothing wrong with big women. Uh, I'm from the South, so hey, big women is good in my book. You know, it's to each his own. Everybody has their preference. You know, once you become an adult, yes, you have a certain physical attraction to people. But at the same time, it's like what's that movie, man? Shallow Hal.
I was just about to say that.
That's a perfect example of how relationships can go when it comes to looks. Excuse my French. He looked like shit. So he was trying to be so picky. Jack, but he looked like shit. But the way that she treated him was like bomb. So I mean, if a dude is intimidated by a woman, period, regardless small, skinny, thick, bigger, heavier, whatever, then he ain't no man. You know, Men love women, period. A real
Period.
man wants a woman,
Period.
period. Yeah, put the little exclamation mark on there, you know.
Right.
So that's my opinion of that. Hey, caught on Rob, love y'all, man. You know, do your thing.
Got big arms.
Hey, it's cuddle season.
Right.
It's cuddle season.
Starting to get cold.
Yeah.
It'd be
Hey.
85 during the day, but it's like 60 at night.
Of course, you know, we joking, but we serious.
Teddy bears.
Yeah.
On to the next question. How do you keep a relationship alive?
You can't. You can't.
How do you keep a relationship alive? I think you just never stop dating a person. Like,
Yes.
a lot of times you allow for monotony to set in, routine. You get used to a person. You get used to, like, I don't know. It gets to a point where you've been with somebody for so long that everything becomes routine. From the good nights to the good morning to the way you text to the stuff you do on certain days. You have to understand that relationships, they can get old after a while. You got to keep, like, it takes work. You have to keep putting energy and effort and different things in there to keep it going. And if you allow for it to just become routine, somebody can get bored. You can eventually stagnate or just feel like, you can lose that appreciation that you initially had when you first started talking to a person because you've gotten so used to them. And then you have to understand that this might be a little off subject, but relationships go through stages. There's a certain stage where
Mm-hmm.
it's like, okay, you have just a man and a woman. That's one stage. Throw a child in there. That's a different stage right there. Somebody goes back to school. Somebody starts a career. Uh, she starts, both of y'all working. Like, these are different dynamics of a relationship that changes the time that you had to do certain stuff. And then sometimes you get so overwhelmed and just providing and being parents and doing all that stuff. Like, y'all have y'all alone time at night where y'all might mess around or whatever, but the dating process stops. And that can start just a routine of just monotony. You have to make time for each other. You have to make time for love. You have to make time for sex. You have to do stuff that keeps the fire going, because a relationship can become stagnant. It can become boring. And you can have one person where they've gotten content. They've gotten complacent. But the other person, they were like, you know what? I miss what we used to do. I miss taking trips, or I miss the romantic stuff. You can't feel like, well, I said I do. We together now. Like, why do I have to continue? That's the stuff that made me fall in love with you. You're gonna stop all the stuff that. So you have to make sure you don't just get stuck and stay in routine.
To add to that, you can set a schedule, not a set schedule, but you can say each week we're gonna date. We're gonna go on a date. We're gonna have, us time. You know, those little text messages that you send in the morning when you first meet somebody, something like that. Those, hi, good morning, beautiful, or good morning, handsome. Continue that. When you feel like it's dying or leaving, to start back up to things. Reflect on what you guys did to get each other,
Hmm.
and continue that process. Repeat it over and over again while adding something new. Of course, time comes into play where we all get busy and stuff like that, but communicating, saying those little things, like it's like that high school feeling when you first meet somebody, y'all on the phone for hours in the middle of the night. Y'all gotta go to work or whatever. That's just saying if y'all don't live together,
Right.
go back to doing that stuff. Um, of course, if you got kids, that's a little different, but you know, you can make time. Yeah, yeah. Just basically make time for each other. Make time for each other. Communicate. Do all that little cute stuff that you used to do.
Right. Well, there's a
You
will,
know,
there's a way.
exactly. Keep it
And on the opposite
true.
end of that, that's one element. Forgiveness, letting stuff go, communication,
Go.
is that stuff plays into it. You say the question is keeping it alive. Those are things that kills a relationship. Bitterness, not just letting stuff linger on and not bringing it to a close, it's hard to keep a relationship alive when you it's like you have a fire and that's the stuff you throw in to put the fire out, but you expect it to keep burning. So yeah, you can do all the extra stuff, but if you hold on to stuff that you refuse to let go of, your communication is broken, you being petty and all that other stuff, it's gonna be hard to keep that relationship alive. So that's another element of keeping relationship alive.
Just let it go.
Let it go. I was watching Frozen with my daughter
Yeah,
earlier.
I don't understand. I was thinking about saying that,
Yeah, I
but
don't even know. I
I was
probably
kind of
shouldn't have did it, but it just when you it just come out now.
I was thinking about it when I had the refrain. I was like,
Right.
eh,
I know I lost
leave that
concordance with
alone.
that. I don't care though. I have a 6 year old that loves Disney everything. And I don't know if that's
Yeah,
a Disney movie, but I've seen it several times.
right.
Whatever. Next question on you, sir.
That's it for me.
Okay. Well,
You might have
we
another
will
one.
tag team this last one.
Sounds good.
What do you do when you're afraid of hurting someone who is deeply in love with you? Someone you care about a great deal, but you're not ready to give them what they're looking for. Yet you don't want to give them up because you're afraid they might find someone else. Selfish, I know. Knowing there's potential there, but you keep them at bay simply because there's no obligations, no commitments, and it's just easier to keep your heart guarded, not allowing them in or too close because you don't want to hurt or get hurt, disappoint them or let them down. Do you remove yourself? Do you give it a chance? What do you do?
Can I say something first?
Have
Let me
at
say
it.
something first.
Let me get
That's selfish.
let me get some tea.
That's very, very, very selfish. If you care about the person and you know they're deeply in love, you know that you really don't want to do that, let them go. I mean, just remain their friend. Be upfront with them. Let them know the situation. Like, hey, I care for you. I have love for you, but I don't love you like that. Let them know. Like, give them a choice to say if they want to stay and deal with that or if they want to go. Don't linger them on. Let them make their own choice. That way they know if they continue on, they know that it's a possibility that can work out, possibility that you can't.
Right.
But always give a person a choice. Trust me, I learned that the hard way. Give a person a choice if they want to deal with you or not.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be selfish and try to string them along because to me that seems like I want to string you along and have you right there, but I probably want to kind of go out
Test
and
the waters.
test the waters. But just in case they don't work, I got you right here as a fallback.
Right.
I mean, if you choose to stay there, then that's your choice. Understand, we're grown. That's your choice. But they had to give you that choice. Don't be selfish and not give that person a choice, or just let them go completely.
Yeah. This is basically situationship. Is a classic case of a situationship, and there's two parts to it. It's the person that's in love, and then the person that isn't in love. I think oftentimes both people hold on for the convenience of it.
Yes.
Although the person that knows you're not in love, they still keep you around because what you do give them, it fills a void. Whether it's communication, whether it's sex, whether it's time, whether it's hanging out, they prefer you, they want you, so they still do certain things with you because they want you to be there to begin with. The other person, they know they like the convenience of the situation as well, although they're not willing to settle down. So it's like, what do you do if you're the person that's the one who's in love? Eventually, you're going to hit a ceiling. You're going to get to a point where I want more, I require more, I need more, and this is okay for now, but I'm at a place where this doesn't. It's going to become an all or nothing situation, and you're going to have to decide: do I have time to keep waiting for you to get where you want to be and get your heart prepared if you ever get prepared? So eventually, you'll get sick and tired of getting sick and tired, and if they ain't willing to step to the plate, you have to love yourself more and walk away. On the
Mm-hmm.
other end, the other person, I mean, if you let them know what it is and they know where it's at, all right, cool. If they're not willing to let go. Sometimes you have to be the one to say, look, I know it's gonna hurt you by me walking away, but I'm doing this really. And it sounds cliche where you say that whole go start watching a movie in the middle
No,
of my
no, 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 no.
Ouija board. Boy, I tell you, but made me lose
Zeros.
my train of thought. What's the Ouija board about?
I was trying to help you out.
Oh, Trey Songz. But see, the advertisement started playing, and I
Yeah,
heard
see,
it was
that's
an action thriller playing.
I was trying to help him out, get a little background stuff.
What was that? But yeah, you sometimes you have to just be the person to say, look, I know you love me, I know you care about me, but I have to let you go. Sometimes letting go is that really an act of love. Like I care enough not to continue to string you along and hurt you more. So I'm gonna let you go before feelings deepen and you start to care about me more. So I have to let you go if you're not willing to do it yourself. Because some people they know what they need to do. They know what they should do, but they would prefer you let them go so they can have a reason to be like, well, you let me go. So now, but if they walk away on their own, they're eventually gonna come back. So it's like a true story. It's just like if they prefer you, they want you to be there. Anytime you give them signs of life, they come back because they still remain hopeful until they get to that point where they get it or someone else steps in and takes their attention. If no one else has their attention and their attention is still on you, eventually it's a cycle. One person comes back or the other person comes back. For one, it may be convenient. The other one, it may be love or convenience on both ends. So what do? One either has to let go or the other has to walk away.
If it's meant to be, it will be.
Right.
Period.
Shouldn't have to force it. And I think that is all of our questions. We're gonna let Trey Songz take us on out of here. This is another episode of. Damn, Trey, you didn't have to overtalk me, brother. I'm still trying to. I'm like, Trey got
Stop
loud
clowning.
on
Let me
me.
stop clowning.
I wish you never did that, sir. But yeah, this is another episode of Ask the Gents. This is the Gentleman's Corner. I'm your boy Rob.
Boy Ricardo.
Yeah, we try to answer the questions the best way. We was trying to stick to under 22 minutes. It didn't quite happen that way. We're sorry. Some of y'all gonna watch this. Others y'all probably get 15 minutes in.
Yeah,
that's cool. We'll work on it for episode 3 and try to keep it under.
Yeah,
we're not gonna put a time.
Y'all keep coming with these questions like that. I mean, we
these
gotta
ain't no
elaborate.
Quick questions where you can just get up out of there like that.
Yeah, I be thinking that I wanna just answer it just like, okay, I'm done. But
and then there's certain times where we gave them short answers, and then y'all said, "I wish you would elaborate on that a little bit more." So yeah, it's y'all fault too.
Catch 22.
All of y'all. But yeah, all of y'all.
All of y'all.
But yeah, we ain't gonna keep the time going.
Until next time, holla.